Who said it was easy work? Who said it was easy work? Who said it was easy? Who said it was easy? Who said it was easy work? Somebody must do it, so I gotta do it. Who said it was easy work? Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one, man. And I just got a quick message, man. Listen, we have to get better at prioritizing. We have to get better at that. You know, a lot of us got a lot of things going on. You know, we got families, we got girlfriends, some of us got wives, you know, all of that shit. We got kids, we got jobs, you know. We trying to take care of ourselves at the same time. We got problems and issues like everybody else. You know, we dealing with the world. Listen, at the end of the day, we could sit here and cry about all of that shit. We could sit here and cry about everything that we have on a plate. We could sit there. And there's people that do it. Believe it or not, there's people that sit around and cry all day. They whine all day. They gripe all day. And they do nothing about it. I'm not doing that. And we don't do that over here either. Our problems is our problems. The way our lives have panned out thus far, that is what it is. The mistakes that we made back then that's affecting us now, that is what it is. But at the end of the day, we have to figure out how to deal with these problems. At the end of the day, we have to prioritize accordingly. We have to figure out what's important and what ain't that important. Now, you already know when you got kids, them kids come first. They didn't ask to be here. Them kids got to come first, depending on what age they is. But guess what? You can't take care of the kids if you ain't taking care of yourself. You cannot take care of the kids if you're not taking care of yourself. So if you're not taking care of yourself, you unhealthy, you mentally ill, your mental health is all messed up. Guess what? You can't do anything for anybody. Your finances ain't in order. Come on, you can't do nothing for nobody if you don't make sure that your situation is taken care of. If your situations ain't taken care of, how you supposed to take care of some kids? How you supposed to take care of your girl, your wife, any of that? Any of that. How you supposed to worry about your relationship and work on that and all that shit? Your shit ain't even right. That's my thing. And you're going to have a lot of women, right? They could see that you not right. They could see you unhealthy, gaining weight. They could see you having issues mentally. And guess what? They're going to let you crash and burn. This is what I want y'all to understand. A lot of these females, right, will let you crash and burn. I don't care if y'all in a relationship or not. Relationship, married, any of that. If you on a road that's leading to nowhere, a lot of females, not all of them, a lot of females will let you crash and burn. And they will feed off of that. That will be the very reason for why they can treat you any type of way. That will be the very reason why they cheat on you. That will be that very reason why she thinks she can run your household. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure that everything with you is solid. At the end of the day, you got to make sure you putting your kids first. At the end of the day, you're going to have to work on your relationship. Hopefully, in some cases, hopefully with y'all, if you are in a relationship, y'all working together to make sure each other is good. But you know, even that has a divide in it, depending on that other person. Because if she don't view herself and take care of herself, like you view yourself and take care of yourself, then guess what? There's gonna be some differences there. Because when you start doing the things that you need to do, and you not only do you start it, there is progress in it, there is noticeable growth, then your partner can start feeling a certain type of way. And even then, that's not your problem unless she start bringing it to you and start acting a certain way. Then you're going to have to check that shit. You're going to have to check that shit. So it's a lot of moving parts in life in general. I say that. It's a lot of moving parts in life, and you just got to figure out that combination. You got to make sure you good. These shorties, you got to make sure them kids is good. Sometimes, man, in a lot of the cases, man, listen, when you put them kids first, right? If she not okay or acting right, you got to block that shit out too. In a lot of cases, you got to leave her alone. You don't want to do that because if you in the same household, you don't want to divide that house up. You don't want to make it a certain thing that escalate into child support, visitation, all that shit. Listen, if it was up to me, I suggest you try to work it out. But in a lot of cases, when it gets to the point of no return, it ain't no working that shit out. So understand me, through any of it. These is just different scenarios I'm using. Through any of it, you have to make sure you solid. No matter what. Sometimes, yeah, you still gonna keep your kid in mind, and you gonna always be concerned and be, you know what I mean, and know, you gonna be a parent. So guess what? You gonna automatically think about her well-being. But like I said in the beginning, if you yourself ain't right, then how you gonna be there? How you gonna do all of that? So you gonna have to make sure that your shit lined up. This life is going to be full of moving parts. You're going to have to figure out them combinations, see what works, see what don't work, and then go from there. That's just how life is. Ain't nobody said this shit was going to be fair. Nobody said this shit was going to be easy. But guess what? You're going to have to keep going, and you're going to have to keep putting one foot in front of the other and learn from your mistakes and prioritize your life. You can't be all over the place. You can't be trying to please everybody. You can't be still doing the same shit you was doing before. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. So you're going to have to get on top of that. It's tough. It's tough. These are things that I got to manage every day. Between my relationship, my daughter, myself, and what I'm trying to do, my growth, all that other shit. You know what I mean? Career-wise, thinking about doing this, that, thinking about another streamline of revenue, all of that shit, man. You know what? It's going to get to you sometimes. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated with your girl. You're going to, be low on patience with your kids. But guess what? You still got to hang strong in there and do what you got to do. Nobody trying to hear that crying shit. Nobody trying to hear that bullshit, that complaining, that griping. There ain't nobody trying to hear that. Nobody cares. You got to understand, nobody care about that shit, bruh. So the sooner you realize and start getting things together, yeah, I threw a lot your way. But you take it piece by piece and start fixing it section by section by section. And I guarantee that's how progress happens, and you will see it. A lot of y'all gonna see it, but you gotta start somewhere. You gotta work on something. It could start with yourself, and you could do that while making sure that your kid is good. You could do that while making sure your relationship is where it needs to be, to where y'all got that communication down. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, right? Nothing is ever perfect. Let's get that shit out the way. Nothing is ever perfect. Sometimes shit get off track. Y'all hear me talk about things getting off track, but y'all have to be strong to get that shit back on track. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, right? You gotta listen to this real fast. A lot of these relationships and messy shit start happening because you got people in there that can't be adults. You got one that's childish, one that ain't. Both that's childish, both petty. You know what I mean? You just, you know, one petty, one childish, all types of shit. So guess what? They can't figure out nothing. They can't communicate, get anything right. The kids watching all of it, and it's just one big mess. You got to figure it out so you don't end up like that. A lot of shit just be ending. But still, even when shit ended and y'all go y'all separate ways, y'all can still figure that out and be adults at the same time. A lot of motherfuckers can't be adults and figure it out because both of them together have stunted each other's growth. This happens all the time. Both of y'all together that never try to elevate yourselves, let alone try to elevate one another, guess what? You're dealing with two kids. You're dealing with two children that can't come to odds with anything. They can't communicate for the life of them. And it's just a recipe for disaster. So last thing I would want for anybody that's watching my channel that's dealing with any of these scenarios, just know, take your time and just start working on things piece by piece and make sure your priorities are straight, because it start with that. It start with your priorities. And these are some of the things that I need to hear, because I myself is human and I get knocked off a track too. And then I got to get back realigned so I know what's important to keep myself on task and on point, so I can continue to elevate and make sure the people around me is good and maybe elevating along with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just said, like, yo, sometimes in relationships, it's going to be uneven. One might be elevating. Both could be elevating at the same time. One person might be down here. One person might be up here. One person might be up here. The next playing catch up. Who knows? Who knows? But you got to roll with the motherfucking punches at the end of the day, my nigga. Ain't no crying. Ain't no sitting there griping, whining, all that shit. Listen, man, listen. Since I've started this journey and all of this shit and starting to glow up more and this growth thing, listen, and you ain't gonna hear no griping out of me. You ain't gonna hear as much complaining as I used to. And that's just real, because for one, it doesn't do anything. For one, it just doesn't do anything. So guess what? Just stay focused. Stay focused. And things gonna work out as long. And listen, and don't get this fucked up. Things don't work itself out. You gotta get that shit out of your mind. Things will work out as long as you putting in the work. As long as you're doing what you need to do. So continue to put in that work. Continue to prioritize. Continue to grow. And guess what? You're going to find yourself in a destination and in a space that's going to be great for you and your family. If you're not with them, even if y'all ain't together, even if y'all ain't in a relationship, if y'all split that, you still, regardless of what happened with that, you still going to be in a good space. You're going to be in a good mental space. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Because when you're in a good mental space, you know, your body gonna go, your body will follow. Your mind, it starts up here, then your body will follow. You know what I mean? You getting your health on point, all these things on point. So stay focused, man. At the end of the day, stay focused, get them priorities straight, and execute. And that's my word, man. My name is Sinn, and Sinn-Take. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace. Who said it was easy work? Who said it was easy work? Who said it was easy? Who said it was easy? Who said it was easy work? Somebody must do it, so I gotta do it. Who said it was easy work?